Welcome to the C-section QBL tutorial. In the beginning of the case, there will be two types of fluids prepared. The sterile water, which is for instruments and does not go in the body cavity. We have two 500 ml bottles of normal saline totaling 1,000 mLs and is used for irrigation to wet labs and is safe for internal use. To quickly recap, we have 1,000 mLs of normal saline used for irrigation and will count toward our subtracted fluid amount. We also have our sterile water used only to clean instruments and will not count toward our subtracted total fluid amount. At the beginning of the case, verify the Neptune is reading 0 mLs. It's baby time! After the membranes are ruptured and baby is delivered, the surgical tech begins suctioning up as much amniotic fluid as possible. Once the amniotic fluid has been suctioned, take a look at your Neptune and write down the new canister volume. That is the amount of amniotic fluid, and it is important as it will go toward your subtracted fluid amount. Alright, placenta is delivered and the surgical tech is suctioning as much blood as possible. This may be a good time to weigh a set of laps. Turn the scale on and be sure it reads 0. If it's reading negative, either zero the scale until it reads 0 or turn it off and turn it back on. Here we're placing 10 laps with 1 lap bag. This is important to remember when entering into the QBL calculator. Note the weight of 464 grams. Enter 10 laps under number of 18 by 18 laps used, and then enter 1 under count bag. Enter 0 for required C-section subtraction of fluids, and enter 464 in the total wet weight. Hit accept. We're nearing the end of the case, and the surgical tech begins suctioning up the remaining normal saline. Once all saline has been suctioned, note the new volume on the Neptune, 1950. Now that we have our final Neptune volume, we enter 1860 as the fluid to be subtracted. This number includes the 1,000 mLs of irrigation and 860 mLs of amniotic fluid. We enter our final Neptune volume of 1950 as the total wet weight. Hit accept. Almost done. As the drape comes off, remember we must clean the patient and do our first fundal. Some of those laps used include the irrigation fluid that was already accounted for in the 1,000 mLs of normal saline. As we weigh our final set of laps, notice we are only weighing 5 laps this time for a total weight of 339 grams. When entering this into the QBL calculator, because we weighed 5 laps, we can enter 1 in the 5 laps plus 1 count bag category. Don't forget to enter 0 for the subtraction of fluid section and type in the total weight of 339 and hit accept. We also need to weigh the chucks that were underneath the patient. This caught any blood from the case as well as the first fundal assessment. Our weight for the 2 chucks totaled 206 grams. We enter 2 in the green chucks category, 0 in the subtracted fluids, and 206 for the total wet weight. Our final QBL came out to 623 mLs. I hope you find this helpful and thanks for watching.